Hello everybody, welcome to Beansworthy Entertainment. In this video, we got the Monday Night Football game to wrap up Week 11 of the 2023 NFL season. I'm just a guy behind a camera saying what I think is going to happen based on what I've seen and the statistics that we are about to go over in this video. With that being said, I hope you enjoy the video. And if you do, hit that like button. Also, if you're curious and you have some free time, go ahead and explore the other content on the channel. I've got a bunch of playlists of different types of content that you can explore. And if you enjoy the content, hit the subscribe button and become part of the Beansworthy Entertainment family. For those that are already part of the Beansworthy Entertainment family, thank you. I love and appreciate all the support. Be kind and respectful to others. And most of all, be kind and respectful to yourself. You are the number one person in this world. Nobody matters more than you do. Let's go ahead and we just have the one game for this week. Or one game for this video. Sorry about that. And already got the cheat sheet pulled up here. And tonight we got the Philadelphia Eagles going to Kansas City to take on the Chiefs. We got a rematch of the Super Bowl a couple years back. The Eagles are ranked number one. With an 8-1 record and are 4-1 on the road and first in the NFC East. Actually, that was just last year's Super Bowl. What am I thinking of? This is going to be the rematch if they end up going back. But all right, yeah, rematch of last year's Super Bowl. But Philadelphia Eagles, number one on the NFL.com power rankings list with an 8-1 record. 4-1 on the road and first in the NFC East. The Kansas City Chiefs are number 2 on the power rankings list with a 7-2 record. They are 3-1 at home and first in the AFC West. Let's go over to the offense. Let's go over the offense for these two teams, and we're going to start with the Eagles. They have 376.8 total yards per game. 347.1 passing yards per game and 129.7 rushing yards per game. They have 27 touchdowns this year, 15 receiving and 12 rushing. 22 sacks have been allowed, and they have a 97 QBR on the year and 28 points per game, which is tied for third. Their rushing yards per game is 8th in the league. Passing yards per game is 10th, and overall they are 5th. Receiving touchdowns is tied for 10th, and rushing touchdowns is tied for 6th. The sacks allowed is tied for 15th, and the QBR is number 10 in the league. Turnover-wise, they have 8 interceptions and 5 fumbles on offense. And their stat leaders, we have Jalen Hurts, DeAndre Swift, and A.J. Brown. Jalen Hurts has 210 completions on 305 attempts. 2,347 yards, 15 touchdowns, and 8 interceptions. Pat Mahomes is the quarterback that is the matchup on the other side, but we're going to stick to the Eagles. Sorry about that, everybody. But moving on, we got DeAndre Swift that has 135 carries, 614 yards, and 3 touchdowns. A.J. Brown has 67 catches, 1,005 yards, and 6 touchdowns on the year. Moving on, let's go over to the Chiefs, and they have 368.7 total yards per game, 264.9 passing yards per game, and 103.8 rushing yards per game. They have scored 21 touchdowns this year, 17 receiving, and only 4 rushing touchdowns this year. They have the league's best 12 sacks allowed by the offensive line, 93.7 on the year for the QBR, and 23.1 points per game. The passing yards per game for the Chiefs is 5th in the league. Rushing yards per game is 19th, so 8th overall. Tied for 6th in the league with receiving touchdowns, but tied for 25th since they only have 4 rushing touchdowns. QBR, they are 12th in the league and 13th in the league when it comes to points per game. Turnover-wise, the offense for the Chiefs has given up 10 interceptions and 7 fumbles. Stat leaders for the Chiefs, like I said, Pat Mahomes is the matchup for Jalen Hurts tonight. But we got Pat Mahomes, Isaiah Pacheco, and Travis Kelce. Pat Mahomes has 229 completions on 334 attempts, 2,442 yards, 17 touchdowns in those, and 8 interceptions. Isaiah Pacheco has 124 carries, 525 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Travis Kelce has 57 catches, 597 yards, and 4 touchdowns. Looking at both of these teams, I'm gonna side with the Eagles. The turnovers are better for the Eagles. The statistics are better. The points per game is better. Consistency is better all around. But it might be a lot different when we get to the defense and see that. The Chiefs defense is arguably one of the better ones in the league. But I still feel that the Ravens and Browns are the two ones that are definitely battling it out for that title this year. But the Chiefs are definitely coming up, and they are close, if not considered in the conversation. But let's go over the numbers. The Eagles, they allow 323.3 total yards per game, 257 passing yards per game, and 66.3 rushing yards per game. They've allowed 22 touchdowns this year, 19 receiving, and only 3 rushing, which is tied for the best in the league when it comes to allowing rushing touchdowns. They've also got the best in the league when it comes to rushing yards per game. They've allowed 21.7 points per game this year and allow a QBR of 99.4. They have 30 sacks, which is tied for 5th in the league. And turnover-wise, they have 4 interceptions and 7 fumbles. One of those interceptions has been returned for a touchdown, and they also have 1 safety on defense for the Eagles. The points per game is tied for 18th. The QBR allowed is 28th. Passing yards per game is 28th. Receiving touchdowns, 30th in the league. So they're good at defending the run, but when it comes to defending the pass, the Eagles' defense has been having troubles this year. Couple of key pieces are missing from that secondary that they got rid of that I think are the factors in that happening. But let's get over to the Chiefs' defense, which is the superior defense in my opinion, but they allow 288.2 total yards per game, 176 passing yards per game, and 112.2 rushing yards per game. The Chiefs have only allowed 15 touchdowns this year, 12 receiving, and only 3 rushing touchdowns, which is tied for the best with the Eagles. A couple other teams as well, but they only allow 15.9 points per game and only allow a quarterback rating of 84.5. They are tied for 2nd in the league with 31 sacks. So, turnover-wise, the Chiefs have 5 interceptions and 8 fumbles. One of those fumbles has been recovered and taken back for a touchdown. I had the Eagles offense, but I'm definitely taking the Chiefs defense here, and I feel like that is going to be the key matchup here is whether or not the Eagles are able to move the ball on the Chiefs defense. Let's go down, and just like I have started doing, I have these schedules put up here. And for the Eagles, they've got 35-40 is their opponent's record. And for the Chiefs, we've got 34-31. So the Chiefs have a little bit harder by the record, Chiefs have had a little bit of a harder schedule than the Eagles have. But I'm just looking at these numbers and looking at the teams that they've played. It's kind of 50-50 when you think about it, whether or not these teams have been good on defense or anything, because you have the Dolphins that are bad on defense, but then the Cowboys are awesome on defense. Jets are great on defense. Patriots, that's the only thing that they have going for them this season. So I'm just thinking of that, the looking at these teams and their offensive rankings that I know, or defensive rankings in my head to kind of give a gauge on where the uh, statistics of this offense actually lay, because they've had a very easy schedule. Went against some pretty easy defenses, it looks like. We'll see what happens today when they go up against the Chiefs. Again, I feel like that's going to be the factor in this game, is if the Eagles can move the ball against the Chiefs. I don't think it's going to be a question of if the Chiefs are able to move the ball against the Eagles in that matchup, because we go back up and the Chiefs offense should definitely be able to pass the ball on the Eagles defense. So where my question lies is if this higher ranked offense can move the ball against this stout defense. If the Eagles can move the ball, they win the game. And honestly, in my gut feeling, there's a little bit of a revenge factor into this game. I feel like there's still some Eagles that are on that team from the Super Bowl last year that feel like they got wronged. But let's go over the kickers and turnover differentials. The Eagles have -2. The Chiefs have -4. The Eagles kicker, Jake Elliott, is 18 for 20 on field goals and 26 for 27 on extra points. So he has 8.9 points per game this year. Harrison Butker, he's perfect 18 for 18 on field goals and a perfect 22 for 22 on extra points. He has 8.4 points per game. Chiefs don't have any injuries. Eagles, we got Dallas Goedert, that's doubtful. Nakobe Dean and Justin Evans that are on IR, and Grant Calcaterra that is questionable. ESPN has the Chiefs favored, and so does Vegas. The over-under is at 45.5, and the Chiefs are favored by 2.5 points. I don't know, man. I know that the Eagles have not had good teams on offense to go against. Whereas with the Chiefs defense, they have had some good offenses that they have had to deal with. That's where, entering into the conversation, we can go ahead and say the Chiefs, if you want to say strength of schedule wise, the Chiefs are a better defense because they had stronger offenses and everything. But I've already done the homework on that. And the Browns and Ravens, their opponents' records are higher than the Chiefs. And overall, offensive rankings, when it comes down to it, the Chiefs are lower than the Ravens and the Browns. So, I know there's a couple of people that I've actually been talking to about that. Let me know how you feel in the comments. But I took the offensive ranking of every single team that the Chiefs, the Browns, and the Ravens. Because I got into an argument that someone wanted to say the Chiefs are a better defense than the Browns due to strength of schedule. So I ran a metric in a spreadsheet that got me the opponent's record. After that, I ran a metric that gave the offensive rankings. Now, I didn't have time to put those on these sheets. I should be able to keep updated with that and give you guys that metric moving forward. But they're up there, but don't sit there and think the Chiefs are better than the Ravens or Browns. That's a laughable statement. It's the best defense the Chiefs have seen probably in their franchise history. But don't sit there and try and say that, no. The offensive rankings that the Ravens and Browns have had to deal with compared to the Chiefs, way different. And no, I'm not going to say that it's crazy far apart, but literally to get upset in a conversation with me over the Chiefs when I've got the data to back it up. But, all right. We've got this game done. We got all the stats, and the only thing left is a prediction. I think the Eagles are going to be able to move the ball. I'm going to go ahead and go out there with that prediction. It's going to be a close one, though. We're going to give the Eagles 27 and the Chiefs 24. Right around their averages of points per game. Going to start just gearing that. Feel like they're going to hit their averages. But go ahead. Let's go ahead and lock that in. 27-24. Eagles win on Monday Night Football tonight against the Kansas City Chiefs on the road. Keep on winning. Thank you guys. That's going to be it for this video. That wraps up week 11 for us. So keep an eye out for the streams this week. We do have Thanksgiving, so I am going to be taking a little bit of a break. I still do plan on having a couple of streams this week, though. So keep an eye out for that. Keep an eye out for the NFL videos. And also, hopefully you like this video. If you did, hit the like button. Or hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button. And also, explore the other content. Hit the subscribe button if you want to become part of the Beansworthy Entertainment family. We also got a Discord. I've got a Snapchat. That's the logo, and that's Mr. Monster Cat. That's the music that I play on my stream. But, yeah, be kind and respectful to others, and most of all, be kind and respectful to yourself. You are the number one person in this world. Nobody matters more than you do. Thank you for stopping by, and I'll see you next time.